I have no idea what Warhammer is. I envy you so much. I wish I could learn about 40k or Warhammer again. This is going to take a minute, so bear with me. So, it's been announced that Henry Cavill has gotten together with Amazon and Games Workshop, and at some point will be creating a Warhammer or Warhammer 40,000 based property. But what the hell is Warhammer? Buckle up, bozos, this is going to be a hell of a ride. So, Warhammer 40,000 began life in 1987 with the release of Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. In the beginning, it was just a miniature tabletop wargame / role-playing game, where you took little metal miniatures, at the time they were mostly metal, and moved them around on a table, rolled some dice, and pretend they were fighting. But ever since then, the ludicrous insanity that is Warhammer 40,000 has absolutely exploded in scale. The game still is based around the miniature tabletop wargame. However, the models have improved enormously, are mostly plastic now, and also their photography has gotten much better. But it's the lore, the storyline, and the background of the game that has absolutely gone insane. Most of which is presented in novel form, created by their own publishing company, the Black Library. In the last 20 years has produced almost 400 novels, completely fleshing out the world of Warhammer 40,000. This game even has its own dedicated stores. Nearly 500 of them, worldwide, dedicated specifically to Warhammer 40,000 and its various offshoot versions. But none of that really truly explains what Warhammer 40,000 is, so I will attempt to do so. Here we go. Warhammer 40,000 is set in the 41st millennia, roughly 38,000 years in the future. And the main storyline is set largely around the Human Empire, which has existed for roughly 10,000 years at this point, run by the Emperor, who at one time looked like this. I mean this. But now looks like this. See, 10,000 years before the current storyline, there was this big thing called the Horus Heresy, where some of his people rebelled. Too much story to go into, but he was wounded really badly, and now he's stuck on a thing called the Golden Throne, from which he rules the Empire as pretty much a corpse. Don't think about it too much. Anyway, the Human Empire is pretty much stagnant. We haven't advanced technology in 10,000 years. We're pretty much afraid to do that. We worship machines like they're gods, but we also worship the Emperor like he's a god. Again, don't think about it too much. And there are also a massive plethora of other alien species doing their level best to wipe out humanity. There's also Chaos, which is another dimension basically like hell, where a whole bunch of gods are trying to also wipe out humanity. Again, don't think about it too much. Basically, Warhammer 40,000 takes all the tenets and tropes of sci-fi and cranks them up way past 11. Everything is over the top. Everything is metal as f***. I hope this helps. Props to history.